Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly Stevens. I'm the author of the young adult fantasy Firian Rising, and this is English Nerd. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about how to be a healthy writer. Now, yes, I am making this video in March 2020, so a ton of us are quarantined in our homes because of the coronavirus, and we're all being told to wash our hands, and hopefully lots of us were doing that anyway. That's not what this video is about. However, it was the inspiration for the topic, but I'm not just going to be talking about that, but just habits that are good if you are a writer and you're regularly sitting and producing awesome work. So my first recommendation is that you take some breaks. Take some breaks, move around, do a little bit of cardio, try out some yoga moves, for instance. I know that I can get so caught up in writing that I can go hours without a break and I'm all hunched over and tense and typing or handwriting some notes, and that's ultimately not great for my shoulders or my back or my neck or anything like that. So it's a good idea to get up, to go for a walk. I know I have a nice place where I can go in my neighborhood and walk for about 2.5 miles, or there's a shorter version that's just 1 mile if the weather's not quite as nice. So try something new. If you're not in the habit already of working out, I would suggest that you look some things up online. Look up some Pilates moves. Something as simple as a plank, which is really basic, can get your heart rate up a little bit, increase your strength, and just be better for your overall health as you are regularly sitting and writing. Number 2 is to replace your snack cravings with something a little bit healthier. Now, it's obvious that people who tend to have really sedentary jobs or really sedentary lives tend to not be as healthy in the way that they eat. This is not 100% of the time true, but it's often true because if you're like me, you're sitting, you're munching on some popcorn or some chocolate almonds, and you're just kind of mindlessly eating as you're sitting. Now, if this is you, then I want you to be mindful about what kinds of snacks you're consuming and to think about some alternatives that will still give you that same sensation if you like crunchy things or salty things or sweet things, but maybe are a little bit healthier for you. Or for instance, if you drink a lot of soda, maybe you could go to some different kinds of sparkling water or kombucha or tea or something like that. So you're always sipping on something, but maybe it's not as bad for you. One of the best ways to improve in this area is just to have thought about it enough to pick up the right things at the store. Because often we just grab what's most convenient and we don't necessarily think through the benefits or bad qualities of what we're grabbing. Instead, we just want something that's quick, something that's easy. And so if you make it quick and easy for yourself to grab something healthier, even slicing up apples, for instance, I'm kind of weird. I don't like eating apples at whole, but if I slice them up, then I'm likely to grab them because they're so much more convenient to eat. So if you do a little bit of that front loading, then you'll help yourself out in the long run. And then third, this is going to be just a pretty basic video, just 3 major categories. Third is that also when people are at home, often alone by themselves, sitting with screens, there is a statistical connection between that kind of lifestyle and some anxiety and depression as well. And so I have some recommendations to mitigate those things. Obviously, if you have diagnosable depression or anxiety, you should go talk to a therapist. There are even some texting services if you're anxious about talking to somebody one-on-one. There's medication that can help, but these are just some suggestions that are a little for people who have it less severely, or maybe there's a day that's great and then a day that's not so great. So again, one thing that's going to help is taking a break from the screen. I know I can get so caught up in my computer or my phone that even my break from those things is still on the screen. So I'm going on social media or I'm playing games or whatever. But actually physically getting away from your screen is really a positive thing for your mental health. Again, there are lots of studies that suggest that less screen time is better if you can manage it. So there's that. Remind yourself to give yourself grace. Maybe you're the kind of person who thinks, gosh, I've got to produce this much every day, and if I don't do it, then I'm a failure, or look at what this other person's doing and I could never live up to that. Give yourself grace. You're not going to hit all of your goals every single day, and that's okay. As long as you're consistent and you're moving forward, you are making progress and you're learning along the way. You're becoming better at writing, you're becoming faster at writing the more you do it. And so just when you start spiraling, or if you start thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not accomplishing what I want to be accomplishing, just stop, take a deep breath, and give yourself some grace. So that kind of leads into another suggestion that I have, which is breathing exercises. If you do start feeling really wound up, or you're having a day that's more depressing for whatever reason, then during your break from your screen, actually take just a couple minutes to do some breathing exercises. It'll relax your body, it'll trick your brain into being a little bit more relaxed. So sit, get in a comfortable position, and the simplest breathing exercise that I know, not that I know a ton, but one that I know anybody can do, is just close your eyes, breathe in through your nose for about 8 counts, and then hold it at the top for 4 counts, and then breathe out really slowly as well. Breathe out for about 8 counts, and then hold it at the bottom for 4. And then repeat that 10 times. So you're breathing in and out 10 times. And it only takes about 2 minutes or so, but it does actually regulate your heart rate and can make you feel more relaxed than you were feeling before. So last thing I would say is just don't isolate yourself. I mean, if you're like quarantined because of coronavirus, obviously don't be running around. But what I mean is, if you are struggling, or even if you're not, don't completely cut yourself off from the people who care about you. Don't forget to reach out to, call your mom, to text a friend, to just stay in touch with the people that you love, because it'll give you perspective. It'll remind you that things are okay, So that's what I would say. Those are the 3 big categories. So just give yourself breaks. Give yourself breaks. Keep an eye on what you eat, and keep an eye also on your mental health as well, which is just as important. So hopefully these were some helpful tips for you. I know I've benefited from a lot of these. I could benefit from more, like learning some yoga moves would really be helpful for me during my break. So maybe I'll get the chance to do that in the next couple days, who knows? Anyway, if you have any additional ideas, then I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Like this video if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.